my TED Talk. I've wanted to say that for a very long time, so I'm grateful I had the opportunity to. My name is Hammond. I'm an athlete. I love sports. My parents threw me into many sports when I was younger, and I found a lot of passion through it, and through it, it has driven me in my life to a lot of the things that I've achieved and the way I run my life, not only from a biblical aspect, but from sports, which is what I'm going to break down. So, my topic, whoopsie, let's just go back. The Bible in sports and fitness. What does it say? Now, a lot of people have very different views on sports. A lot of people look at them as professional athletes in this modern world. They perform well and they get paid, and that's how they live. You get the people that are maybe a bit mull in their head and they want to run a marathon on the weekend for fun. You get the people that want to play sports where it looks like there's no rules and you just need to tackle someone. Rugby. That's what I'm talking about. You get people that think it is fun to use your feet to kick a ball around and put it in a box. Some people find that entertaining. You get people that think sports is a lifestyle. You also get people, which I think is the majority of us, I would hope, who look at sports as a God-given talent and an opportunity for us to express the skills and talents that God has given us. Now, a few verses on this topic. Now, each verse has a specific meaning behind it, which I want you guys to try and figure out. The first verse, it is Romans. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. Now, there's a common theme behind it. I want you to try guess what it is. The next one, in 1 Corinthians. So whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do it to God's glory. Again, there's a common theme. Try and figure it out. Or each one has a specific theme. The next one, in Proverbs. We all love Proverbs. She, and I'm sorry, gents, it applies to us as well. It's not only the ladies. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. And lastly, in Philippians, the one that all of us have heard, that all of us know, a lot of people who claim to be Christians have it tattooed on their body. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now again, there is a specific theme, or the way that you can look at it is, what are the physical things that we have and eat and do, etc.? Well, I'm going to explain it to you right now. So, we're going to break it up. The very first one, the body. We all have a body. Without this, we would be quadriplegics and we wouldn't be able to do much. Secondly, diet, external fuel, things from the outside that we put into our body. Without food, we can't function, right? Daily tasks, these things that we need to do each day, whether you are a parent, a secretary, a babysitter, professional athletes. There are things that you need to do each day. And then your soul. Now, this is internal food. This is the more important food. This is food that you need a lot more in your life. Now, each verse represents those realities. And with my topic being the Bible and what it says, this is an abbreviated version about how I feel, and I think how a lot of us feel that the Bible approaches it. Having a strong body. That's your base structure. Fueling your strong body to be able to perform the things that it needs to. That's the second bit. Then your daily tasks. These are things that you need to do. Now, as Christians, as warriors for God, the things that we need to do, whether He has called us to be a missionary, whether He has called us to be leading a mission, whether He has called us to host a TED Talk. And then the last one, what do we speak? What do we fill our soul with that we convey to other people? Now, what does God expect us to do? Does He expect us to be a professional athlete, a sprinter, and win a gold at the Olympics? Maybe not. Does He expect us to be a professional weightlifter and lift ridiculously heavy weights like this guy here, who just won a gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics? Does He expect us to build an ark? I don't know. But the way everything's going, all the unvaccinated are probably going to have to get on an ark and go and move to a planet. Practical applications and what it aids. Now, this is the crux of what I'm going to talk about. This is what I feel as an athlete, as a person who's studying sports science, as a coach, as a personal trainer. This is how I feel that the Bible wants us and how God wants us to perform our activities. Waking up earlier. I don't think a lot of us can relate to it, but how nice is it when you wake up very early in the morning and you've completed the things that you've needed to do in the morning ahead of schedule. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and you're already ahead of schedule. How amazing is that? Now, what does waking up earlier do? More time, less rushing, smoother thought processes. There's a quote that I read 2 days ago, actually, and it makes a lot of sense. If you lose an hour in the morning, you will spend the rest of the day trying to chase it. Now, think about it. That's quite a scary thought to have. Now, the next bit, creating a program. A lot of us love our lists. A lot of us love our whiteboards. I need to do this, 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 this. You have a cute little box, and you take a different color marker, and you tick it off, and you tick it off, and you finish your day, and you look at this board, and you've completed all of your tasks. You feel a big sense of satisfaction. What else does it do? It guides you. It holds you accountable. It's a plan to stick to. It creates structure in your day. Having a workout buddy, or in other words, an accountability partner. If myself and Johnny have committed to running with each other every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I might not be in the mood. But Johnny's going to call me, and he's going to say, Calvin, you're meeting me, and we're going to go for our run. That person holds you accountable. You do not want to let your friend down. And that's the same for them. They may not be feeling motivated. And you holding them accountable, as we are called to do, as brothers and sisters in Christ, we are called to hold each other accountable. As I just said. Okay, sorry, this sticking out a bit. Observing what you put into your body and what it does. Now, going back to that verse, whatever you eat or drink, let it be to God's glory. Now, I'm not saying eat your samosas and God's going to be like, yo, I'm proud of you. I'm not saying have your biryani on the weekend or have your schnitzel or go frit your McDonald's burger and you're going to be super happy and God's going to be super happy about that. But what does it create for you? Now, we all know coffee. A lot of us need it in the morning. A lot of us wake up and think, don't even look at me until I've had my coffee, all right? A lot of us feel that way. I can't relate. I'm a teetotaler, but your fuel is what creates what you do. Like what we were looking at in the verses, your fuel for your daily activities. Fueling your body gives you energy. And one of the most important, smooth cognitive function. So if I'm hungry, a lot of people call this your second brain or your second mind. If I'm hungry, I'm not exactly going to be in the best mood. I'm not exactly going to be able to get all of my work done. I'm not exactly going to be able to do all the tasks that I need to do. Especially if you're a mother. I'm not a mother, as you can tell. But there's a lot of stress there. And being hungry won't exactly aid that. Completing tasks with energy left to spare. Now, a lot of us, especially in the world of parenting, you get home from a long day of work and your next job is right in front of you. And they're usually about this tall, or this tall, or this tall, depending on the ages. Having energy left over. Which again reflects back to what you put in your body, which again reflects back to your accountability partner, or in that specific case, your partner, your wife, your husband, which again reflects back to the very first point, waking up earlier and having that time, instead of chasing the hour that you lost at the beginning of the day. Now the question is, what are you going to make of yourself? In the world that we live in today, with how busy it is, we're not Joburg, but we're still pretty busy. There's a lot of things that we need to get done in each day. A lot of the times we will get to the end of the day and we'll think to ourselves, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done this a bit better, I could have been nicer to that person, I could have had more energy here, I could have eaten this that I made at home instead of buying that from the coffee shop or from B2E and saving money. The decisions that you make, how you fuel those decisions, and how you have energy to fuel those decisions. That's the crux of it. Ending with 1 Corinthians 9, verse 26 and 27, which I think is also a big meaning of all of this. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer punching the air. I strike a blow to my body to make it my slave. I am in charge of my body. My mind runs the decisions that happen here, as God runs my mind. The body always gives up before the mind. We all know this. How many times are we running a race and we don't have energy to finish that race? But we see the finish line and then we get that second wave and we're ready to... That's your mental approach. I strike a blow to my body and I make it my slave. As God rules us, if we rule our body in that way, what we want to get done, we will be able to get done. And as I have done here now, I have preached to you guys. We are to hold ourselves accountable, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified. If I'm sitting here creating my McDonald's, telling you guys to be healthy and to be sporty, that's not a good image. As we preach to others, we should preach to ourselves. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.